Let's do a must-read op-eds. Mika, you're invited as well.
Oh, thanks. New York Times. It's not really about spending. This is their editorial. Many of the same House members who earlier had said they would refuse to approve another short-term spending bill voted for this one, clearly hoping they could use its inevitable failure in the Senate to blame the Democrats for the shutdown. What could be more cynical? The public is not going to be fooled once it sees what the Republicans, pushed by Tea Party members, were really holding out for. There are a few hours left to stop this dangerous game and for the Republicans to start doing their job, which, if they've forgotten, is to serve the American people.
You know, Mika, I talked to a Republican leader 2 days ago, said, how many of your freshmen do you think this is going to hurt? Because back in 95, 96, when we had the shutdown, there were moderates that went back and got beaten. And he said, he goes, well, we just don't have many moderates in our caucus anymore. So this is going to be seen as a plus for all of our members. I think he's right.
This budget is.
No, a shutdown.
A shutdown.
I
don't
think
so.
most of these freshman members will go home and get standing ovations in the House. It will be a tougher situation, though, will it not, Mark Halperin, for Republicans in the Senate.
Some, but not many, because there aren't many moderates in the Senate either. The House is driving this process right now, and as you just suggested, there's not going to be voices in the room when they meet saying, are we going too far? They have the courage of their convictions and confident that if they have a face-off, they can win, and they're doing what they think
they got
elected
to shake up Washington. In the end, for whatever reason, if there's a shutdown, they get standing ovations at home.
I totally agree with that.
Among the freshmen.
I totally agree with that, and I think the interesting question, though, is what it does, for instance, to Republicans who are running for president. Because you remember back in 95, some of those guys in your class got applause, too, for shutting down the government, but Newt Gingrich and your class made it very difficult for Bob Dole in the presidential election when Bill Clinton tied him to Newt and so on. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see how it plays out on the national level.
Right, and what works, John Meacham, for the base in these congressional districts may hurt Republican candidates in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and the I-4 corridor in Florida, and the swing districts that decide who's elected president next year.
Absolutely. It's going to be a very tough sell to the middle of the country that this was a great thing.
All right, coming up, we're going to talk to Senator Pat Toomey and Congressman Steny Hoyer. Willie's Week in Review is next, though. Keep it right here on Morning Joe.